Estonia's parliament is called the Riigikogu. The Riigikogu is a unicameral legislative body which was established in 1992 after Estonia gained independence from the Soviet Union. It was restored on the basis of the Estonia which existed before German occupation in 1940. The Riigikogu is responsible for the election of the Prime Minister, the President, and the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. The Riigikogu is made up of 101 legislators elected directly by Estonian citizens. The country is divided into 12 electoral districts. The number of MPs that represent a region depends on how many people live in that electoral district. In Estonia, parties can nominate a list of candidates to run in a specific district, or a person can run as an independent. The seat distribution for parties is based on a modified D'Hondt method with a nationwide 5% threshold. Independent candidates, however, are required to simply get the equivalent of the votes necessary for one seat. To elect the Prime Minister, the Estonian President nominates a candidate after consultations with parties that claim they can form a government with a simple parliamentary majority, which is 51 votes. If this individual can't get the required votes, then MPs can nominate their own, different candidate who must also get the requisite 51-vote majority. The President, on the other hand, is elected by a supermajority of 2/3 of Parliament. If, after 3 rounds of voting, not one person is capable of securing said majority, a special electoral body is called to elect the President, and the top 2 candidates compete in that election. However, new candidates can participate in this new cycle if they gather enough signatures to run. This electoral body is composed of the 101 members of the Riigikogu and representatives of the Estonian municipalities. The number of representatives per municipality depends on its population, and it can never be lower than 1 or more than 10. Candidates must then secure a simple majority of 50% plus 1. If a candidate cannot secure a majority in the first round, a second vote is called with the top 2 candidates. If, again, a majority cannot be secured, then a new election with entirely new candidates takes place. The President is responsible for the calling of both regular and snap elections. The latter is obligatory in 3 scenarios. The first scenario is if no government can be formed after an election by members of the Riigikogu. The second scenario is if the government is unable to pass an annual state budget act. The third scenario is if Parliament fails to obtain a victory in a referendum. Snap elections are, however, voluntary if a vote of no confidence passes in the Parliament against the government. The President must see the need to call for a new election.